Welcome back, folks. Um, Last month, my friend John Fazer, he called me out in a bug out video, and he wanted me to show what I have for bugging out. I'm kind of going beyond that. With the recent events, this Chinese originated viral infectious disease of 2019, you figure that one out. Has changed a lot of things. A lot of shelter in place orders have gone out. And as many of you know, I've been off for a little over 3 months with shoulder injury. Shoulder's doing great. I've been released to go back to work. However, my work is in Reno, Nevada. It's 500 plus miles away from here. And with the buses not running, airplanes or the airlines are restricted, and half of my office is sheltering in place at home. They're working from home, dispatching from home, things like that. I've got my safety department, they're working from home. We've got half of our drivers that are not out on the road. We've got states in our western region that are basically closing down. Look what happened just recently with California. Washington has a lot of restricted areas, so this is really affecting our business. And since many of you know, I work for a major paint company. Paint is not designated as a necessary item, not like people that are hauling food and water, health supplies, things like that. Those are necessary, and I agree. But at the same time, I'd like to go back to work. However, I'm not working. So I don't know what's going to happen in my future during this panic-demic, and I'm going to call it that. Um, it's changed a lot of things in our lives. So I'm just asking everybody to hang in there. Just have faith. Pray to your Savior and ask for intervention, I guess, guidance. But with this latest shelter in place, my wife and I had already decided that we were bugging in. Long before this happened, we built up our supplies here at the house over the past, well, we've lived in this house for 4 years. And over the past 4 years, we've built up supplies and things. We have toilet paper. Sorry. That's one of our big jokes. My wife is naturally wants to be secure. She grew up in a foreign land where they had a lot of shortages, so she was brought up to always have extra on hand. So if there's a shortage, they weren't caught unaware. My family, we grew up less than. Let's just say that my family grew up. We went through a lot of lean times. So I was brought up from my earliest memories to always have extra on hand in case you run into a lean time. Then it's not so lean. You're going to get through. So with my wife and I both having these type of mentalities, it was kind of a natural thing when the prepper movement started back in the 90s and 2000s. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty much already doing that. As you know, I reload, so having extra ammunition on hand helps a lot. So we have extra food, we have extra water. We figure we've got, oh, probably 4 to 6 months of food. We've got several chest freezers. We've got our side-by-side refrigerator freezer is stocked. Our pantries, and I say pantries plural. We have one bedroom that's nothing but a pantry. Plus our linen closet is a pantry, and our pantry is a pantry. So it's not that we're hoarders, but we've had our lean times also. So we're always prepared here. Okay, we've got gas saved up. If you put Stabil in your gas, and if you buy the non-ethanol gas and put the Stabil in there, that gas will last a long time. We try to rotate it through. And also, I hope you'll indulge me. I took notes just so I can get this somewhat straight. We've got a fairly decent generator. If we were to lose power at the house, we could hook the generator up to our kitchen appliances with our freezers and refrigerator and things. We could stay good on that. We've also got propane. We've got extra heaters and things in case it gets cold. This is the middle of March, getting towards the end of March, and we still get snow. We still get cold temperatures. We get down into the freezing area. Enough to where I haven't started my garden yet. Okay, on the 18th of March, many of you know I live in Utah. We had a 5.7 earthquake. Just to go on top of this PANIC-DEMIC. So it was a pretty good roller. I was standing outside at the time. It was 7:09 in the morning. And all of a sudden the birds flew away, and then it sounded like a freight train rolling through the neighborhood. And from living in the Midwest, I thought, oh my God, tornado. So I looked out. Nope, no tornado. It's habit. And then when I noticed everything rattling, I turned and looked. My camp trailer was shaking back and forth. My pickup was hopping up and down. And yeah, I mean, that was a big wake-up call. Why? Because I did not have my go bag ready. Should it have been, or if it had been a more severe earthquake than a 5.7, there were a lot of damaged homes in the Salt Lake area, and I'm about 45 miles outside of Salt Lake, but still close enough to where I wasn't that far away from the epicenter. And we had over 400 aftershocks. Some of those were up in the high fours. And anybody that knows seismology know that it's a linear increase each tenth. So 5.7 is not severe, but it's not mild either. So it's pretty much mid-range. But I did not have my go bag ready. And I have it now. What's in the bag? Here's my go bag. First off, if you got a bug out and you have to get out of house, I'm very fortunate. I have my PC9 Ruger. And as I'm going to drop it off on the ground here. This is a breakdown model. And it fits in my bag. Many of you seen this, know what it is and everything. So that fits in my bag. Why did I choose this? I have several. My carry piece is a 9mm. This is 9mm. So then I only have to carry one type of ammo for that. Although I also carry my Ruger GP100 357 in case I need more firepower. Okay, knife, sorry. I have ammo in my bag, magazines, extra ammo. Although I have 4 magazines for the PC9. There's extra 357 ammunition. So I'm good on there. I've got my first aid kit here. I've got some food. I have a hydration pack in here. It holds 2 liters of water. Here's my bite valve. I just keep it stored inside for right now. So my go bag with that wake up call is now prepared. My wife has a go bag she keeps in the car. It has food. It has emergency blankets. It has dog food. We have 3 dogs. so they have to eat too. Most of what we have in between mine and hers is like MREs and freeze dried things. Easy to eat, granola bars, snack bars, things like that. If we have to go, we don't plan on going for more than a day or two, 3 at the most, and I'm good here. If we had to bug out of our house in case of an event where our house is no longer inhabitable, I have a camp trailer. I have a utility trailer. I had ATV and UTV side by side and a quad. We have water, we have food, propane, we have gas, and we've done this in the past, just hook up drill to see how fast we get going, and we could be ready to go in an hour. I keep my camp trailer and my utility trailer staged where all I have to do is put on hitches and I can have everything hooked up. We have our food that we use for our camping normally already staged, plus it's not that hard to grab extra supplies. We've gone out for 9 days. Hopefully I'd never have to bug out for more than maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Living in a small little camp trailer would be not pleasant. We keep our vehicles at least 3/4 of a tank full of gas, and then I've got 50 gallons of gas stored, and all of our off-road equipment are always gassed up. Batteries are always charged. I keep them on keep my side-by-side on a battery tender since it's computerized. My quad is an older quad and it doesn't have computerization. So for everybody that's experiencing this, and that pretty much encompasses the whole nation, you need to stay prepared. If you don't have what you need now, there's not a panic. Stores are constantly getting resupplied. My wife was just telling me, Walmart, they have food, they have water. They're limiting how much because we've had panic buying. And I mean, we went into Costco here a few weeks ago and there was no toilet paper, no water on any of the shelves. It was bizarre. No rice, no beans, no macaroni. Now, these are things that you should keep on hand anyway. Like I say, my wife is a natural preparedness person anyway, and as am I. So we always have these things on hand. But a lot of people don't think this way. So this is something that you need to think about. Keep your eyes open. Some of the smaller stores, we've got one small store here. They've got toilet paper out up to the rafters. They've got water stacked up over the top of your head high. So a lot of people go to the big box stores like Costco, Sam's, even Walmart, and they'll buy them out, but yet they'll leave the smaller stores alone. So you can find supplies. How much do you need? I don't know, a week, 2 weeks the most. This little PANIC-DEMIC, and I'm going to keep calling it a PANIC-DEMIC because that's all it is. This entire influenza scare is just nothing but a scare. The World Health Organization completely inflated the fatality rates on this thing. The media started blowing it out of proportion, and then everybody just panicked. How much are they panicking? Gun sales, over 300% increase. There's people lined up at gun stores around the block in some stores. I had a friend of mine had ordered a pistol, and he went down to pick it up. He had ordered this pistol a couple of weeks ago, and it finally came in. He got down to the gun store. There was a line out the door. This is Utah. We're not prone to having these kind of panics, but we've got a lot of transplanted people that have come into Utah, and they weren't prepared when they moved here. And with the earthquake that happened on top of this other PANIC-DEMIC, it's been kind of bizarre here, although we're not having any earthquakes now. I predicted several weeks ago when I saw that this was turning into a panic. I tried to put it out on live streams that I'm involved with, that 9mm 223/556 and 45 ACP were going to be the first ones to go. Then I told them 40, and some of the other calibers, 380, so on and so forth. And that's about what order it's all gone in. It's gotten bizarre. I have, being a reloader, I have plenty of ammo. I don't worry about it. I mix about 50-50 with defensive ammo and plinking ammo, because you're not going to do well if you don't stay proficient. So as soon as the weather breaks again, I plan on getting out and do a little bit more shooting. Why are people doing this? Desperation. People are afraid that we'll have a breakdown of rule of law. There's already in many states, and I'm going to, not to be political, but the left-leaning states, their police departments are already saying, hey, we're not going to chase down a car thief. We're not going to chase down a carjacker. We're going to let prisoners out of jail. Okay, does that make sense? I tried to rationalize that one in my head, and I guess I just can't do it. But because of that, a lot of people who have been anti-gun are now lining up. I laugh every time one of these snowflakes start crying. I tried to buy a gun online and they won't deliver it to my house. Holy cow. So what I would advocate for everybody is stay vigilant. Desperate people do desperate things. And a lot of these people in society today have never had to face a crisis. They've lived in their mommy's basement, living in their snuggies, eating s'mores and having mommy bring dinner down to them while they're playing their video games. So now we are in a little bit tougher times. Now, I am not a spring chicken, as many of you can obviously see. I lived through a lot of different hard times. So this is just another bump in the road. It's c'est la vie. But there are other people that are in full-blown panic, and when people are feeling desperate, feeling scared, they could do all kinds of different things. So stay vigilant. Just keep an eye out what's going on around you. I'm not saying be alarmed, but you can keep your eyes open. If you're a concealed carrier permit holder, CCW, carry. Now is the time to do it. While you're at home, keep a firearm at the ready. Not that anything bad is going to happen. In fact, I've heard of very few things happening, but the longer this goes on, the more desperation that is going to build with a lot of people, and you just don't know what they're going to do. As law enforcement says that they are not going to prosecute or chase down people, yeah, okay, that's going to encourage some people to be a little less law-abiding. So stay vigilant. That's all I'm asking. And on top of everything else, we're not here to hurt people. We're here to defend ourselves and our families and our homes. But at the same time, most of you are Christians. We're here to help others. So keep an eye out if you've got elderly people that need help, help them out. If you've got extra of something and somebody else, neighbor or family, a friend is short, help them out. I've offered a lot of things that I have extra of to others that are having a difficult time getting. I just offered a bunch of primers. I've got extra primers. I've offered extra 9mm projectiles that some people have been having a hard time getting. Reloading components are getting difficult to find again. I still have plenty. In fact, I've got all this 308 here that I'm processing right now. So stay vigilant, watch your family and friends, and if they need help, be there to help them. This is an opportunity for our nation to unite. And here's something many people haven't thought about with all these new gun buyers. And as a friend of mine said, he had never seen so many Priuses, Subarus, and Honda Civics in the gun store parking lot in his life. Think about that. Now I know some of you conservatives have Subarus and Priuses and things, but look at what the majority of people that drive those are. They're out buying guns. This is going to generate a new generation, and whatever. This is going to put a new generation of gun owners in America. This is an opportunity for us as gun owners to have an open and frank discussion, encourage these new gun owners to get training, to learn their firearms, to be safe, to stay vigilant, and to respect the piece of machinery that they have just purchased. And hopefully this will strengthen our Second Amendment. Stay safe, stay healthy, know that I care about you. Thank you.